Hey sports fans, alright, back again, making a little bit of progress here with this mock wing. I decided to add some stiffeners along the edge and to stiffen up the edge. So I'll have to get on the sander and knock those corners down, maybe roll those edges a bit. But in any case, that's pretty much it for this particular one. I will have to make a few more, like I showed you, for the different different material. But I just realized I never explained to you, told you what color scheme, what paint scheme I'm going to go with. Oh yeah, that's way stiff. That's pretty good. Stiff. So I looked through the Fokker D7 Aces of World War I books here, and this is part 2. There's part 1. I read through them, and so I looked through them, and they had all these different wonderful color schemes, and I came across one. I like to be different. I like to be unique, and not knocking anybody else's color schemes, but I wanted something that was going to stand out, that if you ever saw it again, like, oh yeah, that's I think that's the one Jordan had, or oh, that's really unique and different. That's just the kind of person I am. So in looking through this, I came across one that actually fit the bill. This is on page 19. It's the gentleman here. I don't know how well you can see that. I might scan a picture and put it in there. But it's Lieutenant Zur C. Gotthard Sachsenberg. And it says, was a unique and indispensable figure in the development of German-based World War I naval fighter aviation. Appointed to command the Marinefield Jagdstaffel, I'm sure I butchered that, when it was formed on 1 February 1917. He will go on to lead the Naval Jagdgruppe and eventually the Marine Jagdschwader Flatteren in late 1918. I need to practice my German. When Sachsenberg received the Pour le Mérite, he was 26 and clearly possessed great leadership qualities as well as... Okay, once again, the battery died on me, so here I am starting over. In any case, point I was trying to make is that the color scheme I'm going after is modeled after C. Gotthard Sachsenberg. And like I said, the pattern, the black and white patterns there at the bottom is the diamond. I don't know if you call it a checkerboard, whatever. So there he is with his German Shepherd. Hopefully you can see that. If not, like I said, I'll see if I can't scan a copy, put it in. But for the color, it's this one here at the bottom. The yellow and black diamond. And so that's the side there. And it says here, this is the Fokker D8 serial unknown of Lieutenant Zur C. Gotthard Sachsenberg, October 1918. So I'll see if I can't do some research and figure out what his serial number, or what the serial number was of that plane. The one difference, I don't know if you'll be able to make it out, is the detail here where the engine is, and you can see the side of the cylinder head, and the exhaust manifold, all that stuff, and the two pipes coming out there. Mine won't be like that. Mine will have the cover all the way forward. So I'm not doing an exact representation of the engine detail there. And for the top wing, upper wing detail, and the tail section. Now, as I mentioned, underneath this top wing is the light colored lozenge. You can just see poking out beneath there the dark color lozenge of the bottom wing, and then beneath the bottom wing is the light color lozenge. So that's the plan. And I mention that because the yellow I'm going to use the Stitz covering on. So I'm going to build a second one of these guys, as I mentioned, you know, second, third, fourth. But on that one, I'm going to put the linen under the bottom and the Stitz covering on the top from the Stitz Light series of products there, so that I can again simulate what I plan to do. And again, I'm sure, as I just mentioned, I'm probably way overthinking this, but that's the plan. But if you're not familiar with the Stitz product, hold on, let me pull some of this stuff down. Here I have the wings for my Balsa USA Ercoupe that I also intend to finish this build season. This is going on even longer than the D7. I get knee deep. I get a good chunk of the way through. Oh, actually no, this is for the Fokker. This is the aileron for the Fokker. The other aileron for the Fokker. See the nice scallop pattern? That should be interesting to cover. But yeah, here is the Ercoupe wing, and I have some, once again, as I mentioned, I always have some hanger rash damage to fix because stuff sits around and gets banged up, moved around one of these days. But in any case, so here's one wing I did get covered with the Stitz covering. Dusty, it's been there for a while. Tight as a drum. You see the pinking tapes? I say pinking tapes, but so I really like the this process. It is, you know, pretty much labor intensive. You have to apply the cement, apply the covering, and then apply the coating on top, and then you're gonna have to, I gotta stop sucking my teeth, and then apply heat and shrink it. But it's worth it though. I'm really happy with the outcome. But what I don't know is its shrinking properties compared to the and compare it to doping or using dope. So how did I have this? So what I intend to do is do a test wing. Did I have it that way? No, probably didn't. Probably won't. Oh yeah. So I don't know how the shrink is going to compare to using the to using dope. Dang it. So in any case, oh yeah, turn you around because the screw is poking down and I don't want it to punch through. Okay, back to where we were. So in any case, the whole point of that is the top. I'm going to do the top in that Stitz covering that you just saw, the top half, but the bottom half will be in the Glentoran's light colored lozenge. So I'll do another one of these just so I can do that and go from there. Alright, so at this point I think I'm just going to get to applying some glue and apply some of that white linen and get that prepared to shrink, to try it out. My question is, which dope products do I want to use? I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the SIG, only because I have nothing wrong with the Randolph, only because my my clubmate Gary has the most experience with that. And since this is my first time, I don't want to venture out to any crazy experiments. So in any case, that's probably what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and get that prepared. Use the SIG butyrate and nitrate dope on it, and just to get my practice, get that down, and then try it again. If I remember correctly, when I did this the last time, this is a multi-day episode, meaning that I have to apply the dope and let it dry. And then once it's fully dry, for the shrinking, for the tightening, I have to apply another coat, let it sink in, and then let it dry. I'm going to confirm that. I want to make sure it's not one of those where you don't want the previous coat to dry fully before you put another coat on. But I think that's how it works. You let it dry, check if you have the tautness you want, and then if you do, you stop. If you don't, you keep going. My understanding, though, however, is that butyrate dope still continues to tauten over time. So even when you got to where you think, okay, this is tight enough, my understanding is you don't want it to be at the absolute tightest, because over time it will continue to tighten, and may cause some warpage or some deformation of the wing. So again, I'll confirm that and go from there. So so at this point, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'll probably hit pause and bring you back when I'm getting to the point of where I'm getting ready to glue this stuff down and get my stuff ready. Okay? All right, see you in a few.